Hi guys, welcome to favorite TV show Humanity and Humans, and of course, as usual, we always discuss humanity here without sentiment. Today, I'm here to give you or discuss with you on why I believe the hardship and the suffering in Nigeria will not end anytime soon. This is not about me trying to preach negativity or preach suffering. No, this is me trying to be realistic, facing reality for what it is. And if these factors are not treated right, if they are not resolved or considered to be a problem that needs to be addressed, we will keep on moving from bad to worse. These four factors I'm talking about are: number one, political propaganda. This happens where a group of people believe that, irrespective of the character or the identity of the person contesting under a particular political party, they just want to follow because this is our party candidate. And you see so many people making wrong choices because they want to follow a particular party. I'm a PDP fan. I'm an APC fan. No, we should concentrate more on people's personality, their capabilities, their past records. This will also help to instigate the fear and the hunger to be upright. Most of our political elites, most of our political leaders, if they know that we will check them for what they have done or what they will do, they will be out to do more. They will not be using all this promise during campaign and backing us after election. And all these our political parties know this already. And this is why they can go to any extent, either to buy, to rig, or to do anything to become a particular political party flag bearer. Because they know that once they win that flag bearer, they already won that position. This is not supposed to be so. So, number one, political propaganda. Number two, religious hypocrisy. What do I mean by religious hypocrisy? Religious hypocrisy has played a vital role in caging Nigeria and Africa to the dim, to the depth of suffering. How does this work? Where most of our religious leaders, our pastors, our reverend fathers, our fathers for the Muslims, they all keep painting and lying to us, trying to make us believe that our problem is spiritual. Why in real essence we know that our problem is physical and social. The issue here is most of them have been compromised. Most of them have been bought over. When you see a known man of God speaking from both sides of the mouth, for instance, I will give you a practical instance of this. The GO of Redeemed Church Christian, what is it called? Redeemed Christian Church of God, or what? Pastor E.A. Adeboye, during Goodluck regimes, came out, protested. He stated very clearly that our suffering was based on mismanagement of public funds. But now, he led, remember, the highest protest in history, 1 million march against poverty and hardship in Nigeria. The same Muslims led some propagandas then, their fathers and other people, saying stop bad governance, stop terrorism. And they are the ones sponsoring terrorism, trying to use politics, trying to use religion to cover the evil done by politicians, to cover the evil done by our religious leaders. This, to me, is a political or a religious hypocrisy. Why I call it religious hypocrisy is this: if you feel you're a man of God and you heard from God directly, I don't think that God will have double mind about one particular thing. The same God that told you during Goodluck regime that what we are facing was mismanagement of public funds is now telling you now during Tinubu regime that what we are facing is spiritual problem. What are we saying? This is simply because the whole family of the presidential elect are worshiping in this church. Do you know? Have you sat to imagine the amount pushed into that church from the political house? The wife goes there, the children goes there. So let's assume the church preaches tithing. Do you know how much Tinubu's wife will be paying as tithes in a month? Do you know how much she will be using as seed in a month? And someone will come out and tell me he should come out and do the same thing. So let me ask you, if you are the person in his position, what would you? Another place this religious hypocrisy plays a role is when you see Catholic Church being trying to control Africa from Rome with the mindset of God said, the holiness Pope said, this and that is not acceptable. Number three is corruption. How does corruption play a role in holding us captive? Where we have leaders, where we have people in power whose interest is strictly and personalized to their family and their stomach. What am I saying? If you see an average American citizen will always place the country's interest over his personal interest. That's where you see someone telling you that God bless America and no country else. Americans are known for this, and this has gone a far way to bring the unity of the country. And whenever they work collectively, results are obvious. But in our case, they have seen the level of selfishness in the heart of Africans, where one family wants to grow above every other person, live in comfort and in luxury, while every other person suffers. And what do? They will bring those families that have grown their heart into selfishness close to them, rob us of billions, and then feed them with little peanuts. Remember, it's a singular family, so even that little peanuts they give them will always exhort them to be rich or wealthy. But in the real essence, they are robbing us to feed few people that are in position, which is not supposed to be. This has really dealt with us. And if you come to Nigeria now, you cannot say anything. Reason being that the law has no effect. Once you have money, you are justified. Is this a country we all hope to pass to our next generation? Is this a state, the state of this country, and is it what we wish for our children to inherit from us? If your answer is no as a youth, this is time to stand up. This is time to say no. We have a voice and our voice should be heard. And the last but not the least topic to discussion, because it's a product of the first three I mentioned, but I want to discuss on it emphatically because if you can handle this, we have handled three of the previous ones I mentioned. This is sentiment. We always add sentiment to whatever we are doing. As Africans, we are highly sentimental. Where you will see how a rich will be treated will be different from how the poor will be treated. How you treat your family member will be different from how you treat another person from a different total family background. The way you treat someone from your church or your denomination will be different from the way you treat someone else. But we should always remember we were all humans first before becoming anything else. What are you now? What do you think you have become that has turned you away from that spirit of humanity in you? It shouldn't be so. Let's learn to discuss or treat life without sentiment. As I always say in my show here, you know, I've always been discussing humanity without sentiment. So what I'm saying in essence is this: if you can groom our hearts, our mind, our being, our thinking beyond sentiment, where we treat people for what and who they are, and not for what we think we can gain or what emotional attachment. You see someone, you know that just like what is happening in the churches now, where there are expositions happening, this one is fake, this one is real. You see, everybody will always come back to discuss sentimentally that their own man of God, their own this and that is original. This is not supposed to be so. We are all humans, and we started being humans before becoming anything else. Please always bear this in mind. If you are not a human, then you can choose to behave the way you want. But if you are among the youths of this generation that have come to that conclusion that we are tired, enough is enough, and we can't take it anymore. It's our time. Our voice needs to be heard, and it cannot be heard individually. We need to come out collectively. Let's make them understand that it is no more business as usual. Thank God for Africa is rising already, and some things are already happening to prove that it is rising. So many youths are taking over, and Nigeria will not be left behind. Have you asked yourself why Nigeria cannot be left? Have you asked yourself why history has been removed from our education curriculum? It's obvious that so many things have been happening. Our education curriculum has been polluted. Our mindset, our religion, so many things we know or we think we know today are all lies composed to position our mind towards thinking in one direction, while in essence, truth and reality happens from the other direction. A great English philosopher once said that the illiterate of the 21st century are not those who cannot read or write. You understand? Because almost everybody now literally, whether schooled or not, can read and write. But the illiterate of 21st century are those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. What does that mean? You need to learn. But as an adult, you have a free will of thinking. You can unlearn. You can unlearn anything whenever you have come to a conclusion that this information they are giving you is not right. Then the second one is relearn. Feed your soul with new things, new discovery, new findings. Stop sticking to those lies because you are emotionally attached to it. So many people know the truth, but because they don't want to speak against their pastor, they don't want to speak against their political party, they don't want to speak against this person, that person, this. In short, fear is among the things, the instruments we use to hold us captive. It should not be so. Let's watch ourselves and always remember, if we don't fight for what we want, if we don't go for what we want, they will always give us what they think we deserve. Whatever they give us might not really be what we deserve. Always remember, stay alive and stay safe. And if this video was helpful and you are seeing our video for the first time, you know what to do. Like, share, and comment your thoughts so that others will learn from it. Share so that this particular platform will recommend it to so many other people. Remember, in humanity here, we always discuss humanity without sentiment. Don't forget to give me a thumb.